Okay. So who wants to do the prarthana today? Anybody who is Shriyan? No. Why?
Sir, I know only two shlokas. I don't know Vakratunda Mahakaya.
You don't know anything about it. Okay. So do we all know the meaning of the prarthana shlokas? What we do? Why are we even doing them? We don't know anything about it. No, last class we discussed who am I, and then we said, how do we interact, and we said social self and all these things, right? So where does this whole concept of these shlokas come in? Why am I interacting with something that I don't even know whether it exists or not? What am I saying? Let's start with it. I will do the prarthana and then we will start with the prarthana shloka itself. And there we will understand a little. Then we will talk about something more from Gita, what it says today. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhar Bhavatu Me Sada Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Okay. Good. Now, Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. In a previous class, I explained to you how do we understand any shloka that is given to us. Did I? What is the thing we should do? Parthaya Pratibodhitam. We discussed this, no? What is the first thing we should do in any sentence? Whether it is in English, any language.
Sir, find out the verb.
Find out the verb. Very good, Shriyan. Right? Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. In this, what do you think is the verb? Make a wild guess. Shriyan knows the answer, but I'll give somebody else also the chance and then we'll come to Shriyan. Shriyan knows the answer. Okay.
Pratibodhitam.
No, that is in Parthaya Pratibodhitam. I said in Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. In this, what is the verb? Anisha, Vishrut, do you want to make a guess?
No, sir.
No. Athar? No. Okay. Viren? No. Okay. Shriyan, then it's only your choice.
Sir, is it Surya Koti Samaprabha?
Surya Koti Samaprabha. No, it is not Surya Koti Samaprabha. Surya Koti Samaprabha is I'll tell you what Surya Koti Samaprabha is. We all understand what is Surya. We all understand what is Koti. Prabha also somewhere we can guess. Correct? Nirvigna also will understand. We can understand. Deva also we understand. Okay. Okay. How many of you know Hindi? I know Adikshit knows Marathi. How many of you know Hindi? Viren knows, Athar knows. Okay. Adikshit also knows. Okay. If you have to tell someone do something, what will you say in Hindi? Do this. Do this.
Ye karo.
Ye karo. Very good, Adikshit. Ye karo. Now, what is the very, very, very closest term to karo in let's say Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. Now let us see.
Kuru me.
Kuru. Kuru. Me is different. Kuru is one word, me is another word. Okay. Kuru. Kuru is saying, do this. I'm telling somebody, do this. So who is that somebody I'm saying, do this? And what should he do? Do what? So the question now is, do what? Do we understood now. Kuru is do. Do something. What is that something? Nirvignam. What is nirvignam?
Sir, to chant shlokas?
Sorry?
Sir, to chant shlokas?
Uh,
Sir, to chant shlokas.
Nirvigna. No. What is vigna? You don't know what is vigna?
No.
Anybody knows what is vigna? Athar, Viren and Adikshit know Hindi also. Vigna? Anish,
Problem?
you know?
Is
Huh?
it problem? Is it problem?
Problem. Okay. Any other answer? Anisha, any other answer?
Sir, is it problem?
Problem. You're also saying it is problem. Vigna is problem. Vishruth, do you think
I think it is also problem, sir.
you also think it is problem? Vigna means problem. Now, just like when I say Vigna, it is problem. Now, if I add ni to it, it becomes opposite of Vigna. Nirvignam. Without Vigna.
Sir, solve your problems.
Solve the problem. Take away the problem. So, I am asking somebody to take away the problem. Correct? I said do. Nirvigna. Do nirvigna. Correct? I am telling somebody do nirvigna to take away the problem. Who is that now? Then the question comes, from whom should he take away the problem?
Sir, from the person who's having the problem.
From the person who is having the problem. Okay. It can also mean alternately, make my task without any problem. Correct? Make something without any problem. To whom?
Sir, is it to God?
Ganpati?
So Ganapati, okay, you're saying Ganapati, God. So Ganapati and God, should they take away whose problem?
Sir,
Our problem. Or the person who is
Problem. They should take away our problem.
people's
That may there means me. My problem. Make my task without any problem. Okay? And then there is, where should he make without problem? So there are two terms. Sarvakaryeshu and Sarvada. In all my works and always. Make all my tasks without any problems, always. Okay? Now who should do it? Adikshit said Ganapati. How do you understand it is Ganapati?
Because sir, the Vakratunda Mahakaya shloka is just for Ganpati shloka.
Is for Ganapati Shloka. Somebody said it is Ganapati. So we should remember that. Correct? Okay. Let's see how the Ganapati comes into this.
Sir, is it Krishna?
Is it Vishnu? Okay. We will see if it is Vishnu. Athar, you have any other thoughts? No. Vishruth, you have anything to add?
No, sir.
No. Viren? Viren also has nothing to add? No. Okay. So let us see. Vakra Tunda. What is Vakra and Tunda? Okay. Have you all heard of the term Kaya? What is Kaya?
Sir, fruit or vegetable?
Kaya is fruit or vegetable? No. Kaya means body. Ah, very good. Viren knows what Kaya means body. Okay. Now it says Kaya. And it also qualifies it saying Mahakaya. One with a large body. Maha is Mahat. Big. Mahakaya. Vakratunda will mean one with a twisted trunk. Okay, Vakra, it is twisted all round, it is twisted. No, you can do this one. Someone with a twisted trunk and who has a huge body, Vakratunda Mahakaya. Then you are qualifying one more thing. Koti Surya Samaprabha. What is Koti Surya?
Sir, is it 1 crore suns? Or
Sir,
1 crore.
crore.
1 crore suns. Right. Surya is sun. Right. 1 crore suns. Samaprabha. Sama is equivalent. One who is the equivalent of 1 crore suns. Okay. To him you are saying, hey, hey, you who is with a corrugated trunk and who has a huge body and who is equivalent to 1 crore suns, please take away all my problems. Please make my task without any problem in all the tasks and always.
Sir, is it Ganesha?
Why is it Ganesha?
Sir, because Ganesha has a trunk like an elephant. He has a very big body and
Okay.
also equivalent to 1 crore suns.
Okay. Now I'll ask you another question. In this shloka, we have never said anything about Ganesha, no? We have never said Ganesha, right? Then how do I infer it is Ganesha? It can be even any elephant. If you look at any elephant, will have a corrugated trunk. Will also have a body. Correct? Why can't I just go to any elephant in the forest and say, "Hey, do this to me"?
Sir, but it's not a very big body and also it's not equivalent to 100 suns.
That is the point. Shriyan is right. It is, he is not just with a big body and just a corrugated trunk. That is not enough. Should be equivalent to 1 crore suns. Is an elephant equivalent to 1 crore suns? No. That qualifies and makes him Ganesha. So we are telling, one who is with all these attributes, which happens to be Ganesha. Hey Ganesha, please take away all my, make all my tasks without any problem, without any hindrances. Always. Okay? Any questions?
Sir, but I have one question.
Huh.
Sir, why is it like 1 crore suns or not like 1 lakh suns?
Why not 1 lakh suns? Yeah, very good question. Vishnut, you have something you don't like something. Tell me, what is it that you don't like?
Sir, no, sir. You asked a question that if you had any doubts.
Oh, if you have any doubts. So you said, no, I don't have any doubts. Oh, that I'll understand that now. I thought that was something you are disapproving something of. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Why not 1 lakh suns or why not 100 crore suns?
Yes, sir.
It can be either ways, no?
Yes, sir. Why is it only 1 crore?
For that, we'll have to go a little deep. Hang on to that question.
Okay, sir.
So we will also come to Adikshit's question with that. I'll combine that with Adikshit's question. Who created God?
Okay, sir.
Excuse me. Correct? No, Adikshit, you had the question. Right. So let's go to the next sloka for now. What does the next sloka say?
Sir, Saraswati Namastubhyam Varadekama Rupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada.
Okay. Apart from Shriyan, is there anybody who can now decipher the verb in this shloka? Can guess the verb? Vishrut, Tanisha, Neil. Anybody who wants to guess the... I'll repeat the shloka very slowly. Saraswati, Namaha, Tobhyam, Varade, Kama Rupini, Vidya, Arambham, Karishyami, Siddhihi, Bhavatu, Me, Sada.
Sir, I think I know it.
Huh?
Sir, I think I know it.
What is it? Tell me.
Arambham.
Huh?
Arambham.
Arambham. Arambham is beginning. Beginning cannot be just a verb, no?
Yes, sir.
What is the verb then? Vidya Arambham. Viren is also saying Vidya Arambham. That is not the verb, as I just said. In fact, there are 3 verbs here.
Sir, is it Karishyami?
One is Karishyami. Shriyan got it right. Vishrut,
Sir, sir, is it Namastubhyam?
Very good, Vishrut. Namaha. Namastubhyam has one verb. Vara. Namaha. Namaha is the verb there.
Varade. Varade.
Varade is not a verb. There is one more which is bhavatu. Okay, these are the 3 verbs. What are the verbs? Namaha. Then there is Karishyami and bhavatu. Okay, now we will see which verb what goes where. Namaha tubhyam. To you I bow. Namaha is doing namaskara. That is all. Namaha. To you I bow. To whom do I bow?
Saraswati.
Saraswati. Obviously. Saraswati namaha tubhyam. Who is Saraswati? That is being qualified as Varade. One who gives wishes, one who gives boons. Then Kamarupini, one who quenches all the desires, everything that we have, everything that we want, she will give. Okay. Then we said Karishyami. Now Karishyami is very similar to the same dhatu Kuru. Kuru means you do something. Karishyami means I will do something. Hey Saraswati, I am bowing to you. Hey Saraswati, hey Varade, hey Kamarupini, I am bowing to you. That is the first sentence is saying that. First line of the shloka is saying that. The second shloka is saying, I am going to do something. What am I doing now?
Sir, bowing.
That is done. That part is over. What is the first two words of the Vishnu?
Sir, I think it is Vidyarambam Karishyami.
Vidyarambam Karishyami. I am beginning to learn. I am going to begin learning. So, I am beginning to learn something. I am bowing down to you. So, what should you do? Siddhir bhavatu me sada. Me means the same thing. To me. Siddhir bhavatu me sada. What is sada?
Problems.
Forever.
Forever. Bhavatu is be this.
Sir, Sada means always.
Correct. Always. What should you be always? Siddhihi. What is Siddhihi?
Sir, knowledge, educated,
Huh?
educated.
Educated. Okay. Anisha, you want to say something? Siddhihi. Neil. Anisha, Anisha and Neil, can you switch on your videos if you're around? Yeah. Any idea what Siddhihi means? Siddhihi. Yes, Vishut. What do you want to say? Tell me.
Sir, I think it means achieve.
Achieve. Achieve, or it also means the word success comes from the root siddhi. Be successful. Please make sure I am always successful. Siddhi bhavatu me sada. To me, make sure success always comes. Saraswati namaste. Hey Saraswati, hey Varade, hey Kamarupini, I am bowing down to you. Why am I bowing? Because I am Vidyarambham Karishyami, I am beginning to learn something. And because I am beginning to learn something, now make sure success comes to me. Correct? This is what we are saying. We'll say Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu a little later. Gurave Namaha. Okay. Now we will do one thing. What is the essential? We said who is the social self? Correct last time. Who is the social self? There's a body self, there's a social self. This is what we defined two different selves last time. Correct? Who is that social self?
Sir, can I take?
Yeah.
Sir, the social self is the self which we are with other people.
Which we are with other people. Whenever there is a thought. Have you all heard this? Always observe your thoughts. Because they translate into words. Do you think before you speak? Correct? Your thoughts will come out as your words. Always watch your words. Why? Because words is what are those which translate into action. Right?
Sir, suppose we tell a servant to bring us some juice, say, go and bring us juice, like that.
Yes. But you had a thought that first, there were three things that happened. Whether it happened consciously or subconsciously is a different thing. First, you thought that you need to have a juice.
Yes, sir.
Then you thought, where is the juice? If it was right next to you, you would have just picked it up and drank it.
Yes,
right?
Yes,
Then you had a thought, okay, no, there is a thought, there is a juice lying in the refrigerator. Then you had a thought that said, okay, let me go get it. Then you suddenly said, no, hold on. Let me not go there, get it, but let me ask somebody to get it. It could be a servant, it could be your father, it could be your mother, it could be a sibling, anybody. Anyone. So there are these 5 thoughts that went through. It may not have happened at silent. It may not have happened in the elaborate 3 minutes that I am speaking about. It could have happened in a fraction of a second.
Yes, sir.
But it did happen. Right?
Yes, sir.
And then you said, bring this to me.
Yes, sir.
So now also we are thinking to speak.
Correct. Always you will think. Your thoughts translate into words. Those words translate into
action.
Action. And as you repeat your actions, what do they become? They become habits. Repeated set of actions is what becoming habits, correct? Once they become habits, that defines
yourself, your social self.
Yourself, not just your social self. It defines your, yes, Viren is saying it defines your character. Absolutely right. Your social self or your character. In fact, that is what defines your what is called true nature. If you have good thoughts, if all of you want to be happy, what should you have then?
We have to have good thoughts and we have to not speak rudely to anyone.
Good and happy thoughts, right thoughts. That is where it all begins.
Good habit.
If you want good habits, where should it begin?
By repeated action.
If it has to be repeated actions, how should it go back?
By thoughts.
By thoughts and good words, correct? So Anisha, question for you. Okay, Anisha is gone, not there. Okay. So what is it that ensures you get good results? All of us want good results, no? Yes, Anisha is back. Anisha will answer this. All of us want good results.
Sir, hard work.
Hard work. Very good. Then, is there anything else other than hard work? Just by working hard, will I always get the result that I want?
Sir, like we should believe that we can get good marks. If we have the thoughts, then we will get good marks.
Belief. Okay. Vishnu says belief. Okay. Viren says belief. Anything else?
Sir, we have to have the dedication to do it.
Dedication to do it. Correct. All these are very important. Absolutely critical. But then focus. Adikshit says focus. Right. All these are critical. Confidence. Very good. Okay. Now, but just in the previous two shlokas, we said, we prayed to some third unknown entity whom we have not physically met. Has anybody met Ganesha ever? Nobody has met Ganesha. Has anybody met Saraswati Devi? No. Anybody who says, I have met Saraswati, I know this is how she looks to me. I have met her, I have talked to her. Vishnu also says we should be passionate about it. We'll discuss all these things. Absolutely right. So anybody who can say this?
Sir, yes, sir. So what happened is one time I got a dream that I was talking to Saraswati Devi.
You got a dream you were talking to Saraswati Devi. How many of you have had this dream?
Sir, I had to a different god.
You had a different god. Fantastic. So now the question is, we have neither met them physically, but we say maybe in dream we have somewhere experience. Fine. But we are saying, hey, you please help me do this. Correct? We just said that. But none of you specified we should have something like that for some god. We should pray to some god. When I asked, what is the success story? You all said passion. You all said confidence. You said hard work. Correct? No, none of you mentioned there is a god. But just two shlokas before we said, Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me. You become the Siddhi for me, you become the success for me. Now we never said, if it was only hard work, all of us just have worked hard. Yes, Adikshit.
Sir, we even need God for our to happen positive things, but if we pray to God always and don't just sit and be like, let this happen, it won't happen. We also should also work for it.
Correct. So I will now, what I will do, I'll show you one shloka, which is very, very important from Bhagavad Gita only. Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, they tell that Gayatri mantra is very powerful. I don't know why they tell that.
Why they tell that? You don't know why they tell Gayatri mantra is very powerful. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
it's like for like sun's heat in like type of that. I thought.
What is that?
We get heat by it, I thought.
We get heat by that. Okay. Then
That's it, I know.
that is it, you know. Okay. So, okay. Where is that shloka? I will bring the shloka. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. Let me open the shloka for you. Okay. So, let me share my screen. Everybody can see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Can somebody read this shloka for me? Anybody who can read it? Who is there? Who knows Devanagari? Vishwat, yes, you can read it.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Adhishtanam tatha kartra karanam cha prathagvidam vividhascha prathakcheshta daivam chaivatra panchamam.
Very good. Thank you. Adhishtanam tatha karta karanancha prathakvidham vividhascha prathakcheshta daivam chaivatra panchamam. Okay. Now, I will explain this shloka to everyone in a little different way. This is what Bhagavad Gita's 18th chapter, 14th shloka is telling. Very, very important, very critical shloka. Any word that any one of you understands, any word here, anything. I'll again read out very slowly. Just listen carefully and tell me if you understood any word. 1 minute, Vishwat. I'll just read and then you can tell. Okay. Adhishtanam tatha karta karanam cha pruthak vidham vividhaha cha pruthak cha ishta daivam cha eva atra panchamam. These are all the words here. Yeah.
Sir, Panchamam is 5.
Panchamam is 5. Okay.
Devam is God.
Devam is God. Okay.
Sir, Karanam is year.
Karanam is?
Year.
Huh?
Sir, Karanam is year.
Year. Okay, you are saying year. Okay, no, here Karana does not mean year. Sorry. You're right. Karana can also mean year, but here in this context, Karana is not year. Okay, I'll tell you what Karanam means here. Vishwat, anything else you wanted to add? You had something to say, no?
Yes, sir. Cha means and.
Cha means and. Very good. Then.
Sir, Vividha means variety.
Variety. Vividha means variety or different things. Very good. Then.
So, but I understood it because of in Marathi we say Vividha.
Vividha. Very good. Yes, absolutely. Very similar. Then, anything else? No. Okay. What this is describing is, if we are doing any work, the results of that work depends on, as we said, Panchamam is 5. Adikshit said 5. There are 5 factors on which the result of that work is dependent upon. Okay. That is what this whole mantra, this whole shloka is saying. So, the first one is Adhishtanam. What is Adhishtanam? What is Adhishtanam? Adhishtanam means everything that is surrounding us. Or if I were to say it, everything that is there for us to, or the place where we are doing this work. I'll give a very simple example. Okay. All of you sleep in the bedroom, right? On a bed. Right? You all get good sleep. Everyone gets a good sleep. But suppose I said, no, don't sleep in the bedroom. Go sleep in the kitchen. Will we get good sleep? No. Similarly, will we get very good dishes if we try to cook in the bedroom instead of the kitchen? Will we get it? No, we will not get it. So, where we are doing the work is very, very important. That surrounding should be conducive to do that work. Okay. Can I go play in the classroom instead of in the playing field? Can I play football in the classroom? What will happen then?
Sir, sometimes you can kick the bench instead of the.
You will kick, and then somebody will come and kick you also. Correct?
It'll be a foul.
It'll not just be a foul, you'll be standing outside the class then. You'll get a punishment.
Sir, if you try to kick the bench, the principal will kick you out of the school.
That will also happen. So you don't want to do those things. Right? So that is why right things have to be done at the right place. First is that. Tatha. Tatha is along with that comes the karta. Who is the karta? What is karta?
Do.
Karta is the person who is doing it. The attributes of the person doing it. All the qualities that you just described to me, hard work, the passion, then confidence, focus, belief, all these are characters of that person who is doing it. Now, let us say you don't have anything, you are just, you are not working hard. Will you get success? Hard work is important for success, no? Is there anyone who will say, no, hard work is not important for success?
Sir, hard work is important, but you have to study also, and then
That's what. Yeah, hard work will involve studying is also work. It is not like it's not just not studying. You need to work hard you need to put all your effort, possible effort, wholehearted effort is what is hard work. You all agree? Yes, Adikshit, you are speaking on mute. Wholehearted effort is hard work. Anybody who disagrees? No? Is wholehearted effort the equivalent of hard work? Yes, Adikshan.
Except for breathing.
Except for breathing. You stop your breathing, you'll realize what hard work is. Now you are lucky. That is where it comes. Heartbeat, breathing, all are involuntary action, digestion. All these things we take them for granted. Correct? That it will happen on its own. This is saying, we should not take them for granted. We should have a lot of gratitude for all these things. There are so many people who just imagine somebody having breathing trouble. Have you all seen people who have had breathing trouble? Have you all seen people with diabetes, BP? You have all seen people with that? How difficult is it for them? For them it is hard work. They still need to take medication. So it is very important to be always grateful to something which is keeping all these things going. We will talk about breathing when we talk about meditation in the next class. One very good teacher, Meena madam, will do one very good session for all of us. Okay, on meditation. How important breathing is, how important involuntary actions are. Okay. Yes. There are also people with blindness. What will they do? So we should be always grateful to that. So it is a karta. It depends on the karta. Who is doing that action? How much hard is he working and putting his effort for that to get the result? Then it says karanam. What is karanam? Karanam, somebody said ears. Karana also means ear, but in this context, it means the instrument of doing the work. I'll give an example. We all want to write a very good essay. Let's say I want to write a very beautiful essay. But instead of giving you a pencil or a pen, I'll give you an eraser. Can we all write an essay?
Sir, kind of. If the paper is completely filled with shaded part, then we can try to write with the eraser.
If it is faded, I'll give you a white paper. What will you do after that?
Sir, then we can't write. It's impossible.
So you need the right kind of instruments to do that work. If you are studying, what is the instrument?
Sir, the book and your eyes.
Your eyes, your intelligence. You should develop your intelligence. You should always, your concentration, power. All these are instruments. Focus comes from there, right? So that instrument should be very, very clear. You can't be thinking about somebody playing football on the field and then studying in the room. That will not work. No matter how much you study, you are still wasted that effort. Your instrument should be very clearly here with you, all the faculties. I'll give you another example. Let us say I ask you to cut vegetables. But then instead of giving you, what do you need to cut vegetable?
Knife.
Knife. And?
Cutting tray.
Cutting player.
Cutting tray.
Cutting tray and knife. Okay. Instead of knife, if I give you a cutting plier?
Sir, it can be a little possible. Like you can cut small pieces of carrots. That's it.
That is all. But if you have to, let us say you have to cut tomatoes, what will happen then with a cutting plier?
Sir, you'll squeeze the tomatoes instead of cutting them.
Correct, no? So you need the right instruments around. Instruments can be many things. As I said, instrument can be the faculty of thinking. Instruments can be the eyes. Instrument also means you being focused and being here at this point in the moment. It can't be that you are thinking about football and then or some IPL match going on and then studying in the room. That will not work. No matter how much hard work, how many times you keep reading the same sentence, it will not enter.
Sir, one day what happened is, my friends were playing. It was COVID time, and my mother was like, go and study in your room. Okay, I told, and my friends were playing hide and seek. One of my friends came to the window of my house in my room and was like, speaking to me. And I was trying to tell that I was reading, can you go away? I told him that, and he went away. But still, I was thinking how to play. Is he okay or he's out?
There you go. Did you learn anything that day?
No, sir.
There you go. That's why it is very important to be focused. When you are doing, you should always, the focus of attention should be on the work that you are doing. Okay. Vividaha. Then there are other factors, some other factors surrounding. Let us say somebody is shouting and some loud music is playing outside. Can you study at that time?
No, sir, will be irritated about the music.
Correct. So that will play a role in how well the function goes on. Then it says these are 4 factors. What are they? Adhishtanam, Karta, Karanam, Vividaha. These other surrounding factors. These are 4 things under your control. Always under your control. Correct? If somebody is playing the music outside, you can say, hey, you know what? I'm studying. Please stop. Or alternately, you can switch to a place where the music is not heard. You can close your room. You can put noise cancellation headphones and study. You can do many things. Correct? Adhishtanam. You can define the surrounding. Making sure you are cooking in the kitchen. Making sure you are sitting in a silent place to study. All those things you can do. Karta is all about you. Karta and Karanam is all about you. You can always ensure all the instruments are with you. How much hard work you want to put in, you can decide. Correct? These 4 things are always under your control. You can always do it. We can always take affirmative action on all these things. Then it says, the last line is the most important thing. Daivam chaiva atra panchamam. Daivam, there is one factor which is beyond all this that is not in our control. Okay. That controls a lot of things. That is why we need to be very grateful to all the things. Never assume that you will get the result because you put in the hard work. If you don't put in the hard work, there is no way you will get the result. That is a necessary condition. What is the necessary condition to be successful? What is the most important condition?
Sir, hard work. Sir, hard work and focus.
Hard work, focus, right instruments, right place, doing the right things.
Yes, sir. We can't write an exam in a football field.
Exactly. There you go. Correct?
Yes, sir.
These are all things within your control and you should do them. Those are what are called necessary conditions. All of you have mathematics as a subject. Correct? You have what are called necessary conditions and then there are what are called sufficient conditions. You may study it later. If you have not heard the term, don't worry about it. That's okay. Okay. Now, these 4 are the critical and most necessary conditions. Don't even run away from them. But having said that, they need not always ensure success to you. I'll give an example. Let us say you wrote all these you worked very hard, you did a lot of hard work, you put in a lot of shraddha, you studied quite a bit, you wrote the exam, did everything. Finally, somebody comes and says, hey, you know what? The exam is cancelled. That exam was wasted. Is that in your control?
No, sir.
So there is something that is beyond your control.
Yes, sir.
That is what is Daivam. Okay.
Sir, I would be very frustrated if I heard that one day.
You'll be frustrated. That is exactly what Bhagavad Gita says. Don't be frustrated even under that circumstance. Yes, you did a lot of hard work. You should have got the first rank. Let us say for some reason somebody gets the first rank. What will you do?
Sir, I would get angry and sad.
That is exactly what the topic of next discussion is. And that is where you should remember Daivam Chaivatra Panchamam. There is a force, there is a cause which is beyond that. And that is why we go back and say Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. Hey Ganapati, do this. Please make sure it is all without Vigna. I have put in all the hard work. I am giving the best of my efforts. Now please make sure everything else is taken care of. That is the point we are making there. Similarly, Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Be success to me. Hey Saraswati, you are the forces beyond my control. Please take care that those things don't impact my result. They're all aligned well. Things are there within my control, things are not there within my control. But you can only pray these if you have done all the things within your control right. There are 4 things within your control, right? Adhisthana, Karta, Karana, Vividaha, all the surroundings. These 4 things are very much in your control. If you have done all these things right, you can then say, Hey Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. If you have not done this, there is no way. Forget it. Don't even go and pray. There is no point. Yes, Shriya.
Sir, I wanted to tell, sir, you told that you will tell the meaning of Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu in the last.
In the next class, yeah. I'll take that up a little later.
Okay, sir.
There is a reason. There's a reason for it. Why that Guru's importance has to be told differently. We will do that.
Okay.
Okay. Then Daivan Chaivatra Panchamam. All of us said one thing. Anisha, question for you. Anisha and Viray, both of you. Okay. Question is, what happens when you put in a lot of effort but you don't get the results?
Sir, we feel like disappointed.
Sir, we feel like all our efforts were in vain.
All our efforts were in vain. Okay. Why did I even do this? I should not have done this at all. Right? That is a natural feeling that we all get. Correct? Anybody who says, I don't get this feeling at all. Nobody says that, no? But what we should do is, and this is only if you have put in effort, not without effort. Without effort, if you get, okay. Now, without effort, if you go and write an exam and if you don't get the good marks, do you still feel the same?
No, sir. We would be like, anyways, I didn't study for this exam.
Anyways, I did study for this exam. So, should you even write that exam? It's a shameful thing, no, even to attempt the exam.
Yes, sir.
Sir, we still disappointed. Still, I never even studied. I knew that I would get this.
What is that? Yes,
Sir,
Vishnu.
Sir, would be like, still, I never even studied. I knew I would get this.
You would get what?
This bad marks.
You'll get bad marks. You will know. But isn't that an insult to the teacher who's correcting your paper?
Very much.
Very much, no? So you are actually setting yourself up for problems later. Because whatever you do will come back to you in a lot of ways.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, one day, suppose you wrote that exam and you didn't get bad marks, you got bad marks, and then at the finalization, you just if you didn't write that exam, they would have took the average. And because of the average, you could have got more marks. But because after finding out the total marks, you got low. So you didn't pass to, like, suppose from 5th to 6th.
Okay. So you're talking about a very special case of Corona instance where, the things were very different. Yeah, this happened in the Corona time, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we've had experienced this. Now we'll take that as a special case, once in a lifetime case. It doesn't happen always. Can you rely on that forever?
No, sir.
Is it a reliable thing?
No, sir.
What is a reliable thing? So that Daivam can work in both the ways. It can work in your favor once, it can work against you also once. Now, if you had not put in effort this time but got good marks, there is a possibility some other time you will put in a lot of effort and still not get marks. That's also possible, no?
You should be also lucky for it.
Yeah, I mean, Daivam, that whole part of Daivam is all about how things are acting out in your favor or not in your favor. Okay. And just because once Corona it happened and everybody just passed through the exam, sailed through, can you repeat the same thing next year?
Sir, never. I would not like Corona at all. I could not go to play. I should only stay in my room or my house.
Right. So, I mean, that is one extreme case. Yes, as you said, there was a silver lining to the cloud where you all passed the exam without studying.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but you know the problems with that?
Sir, like suppose if you didn't study tables in 4th standard and in 5th standard, like suppose from 12 table to 24, it would be very hard for you because you didn't even know how to do one table also, the first table.
Exactly. You know, it's not about passing exams. It's how much you have stored here. How much have you studied? How much you have done? It's going to be difficult, all the more difficult in the next class to study.
Sir, like if we didn't learn tables in first or second, we couldn't even learn factors and multiples and then learn algebra.
Correct. You can never do anything beyond that. You cannot find out what is the LCM. You cannot find out what is the HCM if you don't know tables. So what is prescribed at the right time, you should do it at the right time and finish it. Not count on just luck and move on. Yes, but there are times when because of luck or because of the Daivam Taivatra Panchamam, things will not work out for you. So let us see how to take those things when things don't work out for you, not because you have not put in the effort, but because of some external factors that are not in your control. These things also happen. It happens often in many games. Let us say you are playing football. You are almost very close to the goal. You are just about to hit the goal. You have hit the goal. All that it happens is just it hits the pole and comes out. Happened. Mistimed shot in cricket and got caught. Not because you have not practiced, not because you have not put in effort, but there is some factor which is doing this. Happens. Now, how do you take these disappointments is very important. So, the way to take that disappointment is coming in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What it says is, Karmanyevadika. I'm sure all of you have heard this sloka. Let us see. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma phalaheturbuhu ma te sanga astva akarmani. Have you heard this? Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbudhu ma te sangostva karmani. So you should take them with the same set of emotions that you had when you were successful. We all jump around when you are successful. We all love, hey, I have been successful. I want to show it to the world now. Do we all do that?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And when we are disappointed, do we want to show it to the world? Nobody wants to show it. Yes, Athar. You don't want to show it to the world. So that is where Bhagavad Gita helps us. Developing our social self. Why do we have this so much of happiness and sadness? It comes in cycles, no? Multiple cycles. You are happy, you are sad. You are happy, you are sad. The moment you get happy, you want to cling to that happiness. I don't want to let this happiness go. I want to be always with this happiness. Then suddenly when it goes away, we are disappointed. Then again, we are trying for some other happiness. Are we all doing this? So how to handle them? That becomes very, very important. Okay. So any questions you have? Now I will take questions from all of you. We have done so many weeks of so many things we have learned. I want you all to come up with at least one question each. We'll start with Neil. Neil.
Sir, I can't think of any questions yet.
Okay. What you are going to do is you are going to think till we ask everybody else. Okay. Everybody should come up with one question. Anisha. Anisha, question. Anisha is not there. Viren.
So can I tell afterwards after everybody? Like
You want to be the last one to ask. Okay. Adikshit. Okay, we'll start with Adikshit.
Sir, why did Mahabharata even happen?
Why did Mahabharata even happen? Okay. Neil, your question.
With the Gita Dhyanam, I saw in a book that there were other dhyanams. Why didn't we learn those?
Yeah, there are other dhyanams also. You are right. So this is the most popular one. The idea is to study what is the idea of a dhyanam. Let's start from there. Why do we do dhyanam? Even Vishnu Sahasranama, when we do, we have a dhyanam. Mala kluptas padikamani niba vai muktigai manditangaha shubhrairabhrairubhabhrai mukta virusha varshai. Right? What is the idea of a dhyanam? Do you know what is the idea of a dhyanam, Neil?
I know it's like something like before you say like a certain shloka, but I don't really know why it's for.
Okay, let me explain. Dhyana means to concentrate or to meditate on something. Okay. Now the figurative way that you bring about something in front of your eyes, you are going to keep that forever throughout the whole chanting process. Okay. What is that figurative thing? In this case, in the case where what we studied, Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaita Mrita Varshini Bhagavate Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manasandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim. Right. So we said, hey Bhagavad Gita, you are so many things. You came from Narayana Swayam. Vishnu himself said this. We explained this to Partha. So we are getting a figurative way of expressing Bhagavad Gita at that point. Now there are other dhyana shlokas also. In fact, in this whole set of dhyana shlokas, there are other dhyana shlokas as well. There is, what is that? Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. We'll see, we will see. If we have some time, we'll discuss that as well. Now, the thing is, how are you bringing that figure into your mind? So that is the idea of a dhyana shloka. So you can keep anything that you want, which will make you comfortable and get into a meditative state while you are doing this study. That is the idea, Neil.
Yeah.
Clear?
Okay. Yeah.
So whatever makes you comfortable, you can get to that dhyana shloka. You can take that dhyana shloka. This makes me comfortable. Now I will start studying. So that is a means to an end. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Vishrut.
Aren't Dhyana shlokas like starter in any 5-star restaurant?
Hmm?
Sir, aren't Dhyana shlokas like starters?
Or starters in a 5-star restaurant. You want a 7-course meal and you start with a starter. Very good. Okay. Okay. Let me explain this differently. What is the idea of a starter?
Sir, the idea is before you go into your main food, you can eat a little itty bitty foods.
Why? Why? Do you know why they serve starters in restaurants?
Sir, I've never thought about asking.
You never thought about it or you never asked it.
Sir, I have a theory type.
You ever?
Sir, I kind of know it. Sir, it's
Yeah,
like
what is it?
it's like having a snack before dinner.
Having a
Snack before dinner.
snack before dinner. Yeah, what happens if you have a snack before dinner?
Sir, it would be like you'll eat less for the dinner, but also you drink.
Correct. So, Vishnut, let me answer that question differently. First of all, the starter concept is very bad. You should never have a starter before eating a good meal. Okay, that's more of a marketing problem. The reason they feed you starters is so that, and especially they do this in the case of a buffet. If you go to a hotel buffet, they will do this. They will feed you a lot of starters so that the main course that you eat is going to be less. That's a very bad way of doing it. You should never do it. What you should instead do is finish your main course, then go to the starters. If you are smart, you will do that.
Sir, we
Eat
finish
well.
a big tasty meal, and then you would eat like small amount of snacks like dessert.
That is how it should be.
Sir, it will be like starters or desserts and
No, starters are not desserts. It is like this. When your stomach is at least half or 3/4 full, you should get into that. The reason is simple. Most of the starters are all very oily and very, very rich kind of food, which make your stomach bloat, which make your stomach heavy. Correct?
Sir, so first thing, if we eat starters before eating our main dinner or lunch, our hunger bar will, like, we won't have any hunger and then we won't
Exactly.
eat the main dinner or lunch.
Exactly. So that is a problem. So, Vishnu, to answer that question, this is not a session on hotel etiquettes and this one, but yeah, that is a very wrong comparison, I want to say. Okay. Starter should not be had before any meal. Ideally, that is the concept. In fact, the way you should do it is if you love a lot of starters, have something first. Let's say you start with a bit of main course, then have some starters or whatever they call starters. They should not be called even starters. Okay, there's a very beautiful one. I'll tell you one shloka from Bhagavad Gita itself on food. It says, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashtitaham Pranapana Samayuktam Pachamyannam Chaturvidham. Krishna says this. He says, I am present in all praninam, all the beings, as in the form of the digestive thermodynamic system. We all understand digestion is a thermodynamic system. Correct? Basically, food is your fuel, and then that burns and gives you a lot of energy. Right? He says, that energy there, that burning process, what is happening in the stomach, in our digestive system, I am present as that. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashritaha Pranapana Samayuktam Pachami Annam Chaturvidham. There are 4 types of foods which I will digest. What are the 4 types of foods? Any idea? There are only 4 types of foods possible. Tell me if there is anything outside this. I will tell you. Bhaksha. Bhaksha is all that crunchy, nice things that you need your teeth to, chew. Crunchy, nice things you have, no? So many things.
Sir, roti, biscuits.
Everything. That's all Bhaksha. Then there is what is called Bhojya, which everybody will have till the end of their life. That is basically the rice, the semi-solid or the solid food. The chapati, roti, the rice, all the gravy, everything. Okay. Then you have Lehya. The word lick comes from the word Lehya. How many of you are aware of this? Lick, that which we need to lick. That can be only on the tongue. So, let us say, for instance, there is Lehya is like a paste. Can you chew a paste and eat? No? Lehya. That's why most of the, if you look at Ayurvedic medication, it never requires you to take it inside. They're all in the form of Lehya. All they do is, even if for a baby, all you need to do is put it on the tongue of that baby or tongue of anybody. The saliva will automatically keep on sucking it. That's all. And the person gets healed. They didn't have the concept of injections and putting it into this one. The easiest way of absorbing it into the digestive stream was through the lehya. Then you have what is called chushya. The word juice comes from the word chushya. That which you can suck. Is there any other form of eating that we can do? No? So these are the 4 forms of food that is digested by any body. Okay. So coming to this concept of this one, he says, that's why we start with lekya, paisa. Paisa is a sort of lekya. Then you eat your food. Then you have the bhaksha coming in, which is all the crunchy and nice food. Your stomach is sort of half full by then. Okay. Then you finish with chushya. You finish with the liquid, this one. That is our concept of a holistic diet. So next time, Vishnu, when you go to a hotel, make sure you do something, make at least quarter or half fill your stomach with some decent this one. Of course, soup is an appetizer. There, that invigorates the digestive system, the digestive enzymes. That is not bad. But the starters itself are sort of the bhaksha part.
Sir, like baby corn.
Everything. They're all fried. Most of them are fried.
That gobi manchuri.
Everything. Whatever is there is mostly fried. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. So that is the way. Okay. Now coming to your real question. Can we compare it to starters? No, we cannot. Now you know the answer. Right. So what should you do? To invigorate your digestive enzyme. Similarly, your mind should be invigorated. So you can at best compare it to something like the soup, the appetizers. There are what are called appetizers. The starters were once upon a time termed appetizers. Then they realized, no, appetizer is not this. This is definitely not appetizing in any ways. Then they changed the name to starters. So that appetizer for the mind is the Dhyana Shloka. Okay. It's 6:15 now. I will just hear out the questions. Mahabharata I'll answer in the next class, Adikshit, because it's going to take a long time. And this other 3 people have raised their hands. I'll just take the questions and we'll stop with it. Okay. Yes, Shriyan, hold on. I'll take Atharv and Viren's questions.
Sir, why are there only 18 chapters in
Why are there only 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita? Okay, good question. Viren.
Sir, why did the Kauravas and Pandavas fought each other?
Why were the Kauravas and Pandavas fighting each other? Exactly what Adikshit's question was. Why was there a war of Mahabharata? Right. Okay, Shriyan.
Sir, I have 3 questions.
Okay.
Is God alive?
Is God alive? That comes back to Adikshit's question again. Who is God or why is there God?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Sir, how was Mahabharata created?
Yes, that's another Dikshit's question. Then
Sir, that's it.
that's it. Okay. Anisha, do you have a question? Neil. Okay. Yes, Anisha. Anisha? No. Okay. Okay. What we will do, we will close the session for today, but we'll take these interesting topics. So you will get any answer. You ask the question, you will get an answer. I just gave a full answer on starters and food through Bhagavad Gita today. Okay, just remember that shloka. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashritah Pradapana Samayuktam Pachamyannam Chaturvidam. He is the digestive juices or the digestive process in our system. So be very careful what you are eating. If you eat wrong things, you'll end up with wrong problems. Very simple. Okay, we'll stop it here. Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Hari Om. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you. You also have a nice day, all of you. Good night, Neil.
Good night.
Thank you.